Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ha, Racha, Kodash, Ma'amah. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders. Double honors to my elder, Harawan Ban Yasharala of the Lions Den Camp, here in Jacksonville, Florida. Salutations to the sincere Akim, pushing this truth and sincerity around the four corners of this earth. I'm Nakar Harab Ban Yasharala, coming out of the Lions Den Camp of Yasharala, here in Jacksonville, Florida. And now today I'll be coming out with a little quick hit, little small lesson. It ain't gonna be before you too long. But of course, it's concerning the famine of the word. And here recently, my elder and various other brothers, around the four corners of the earth and the beloved brothers in this camp have done lessons on a supposed major blackout that could be worldwide. But of course we all know, because we're not ignorant to Satan's devices. We all know that this is just another step in a new attempt to fail miserably, because according to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Esau won't be able to perform his enterprise because the Lord is going to disappoint the counsels of the crafty, the devices of the crafty. But nonetheless, during this supposed blackout, that the WEF spoke about, that's like a major power outage. And within that, could follow the famine of the word. Because right now you can see the e-epistles, or i.e. the videos that the elder apostles do and the Akim around the four corners of the earth do. You can see these videos now. You can hear this truth. You can get edified. You can get built up. You can watch to know what's going on, because a brother is brothers around the four corners of the earth harping and speaking about various things that are to come, especially prophecy. And one major prophecy also is the famine of the word. Not being able to hear this word no more when the Lord take his men off the streets. And you won't be able to hear the brothers lifting up their voice like a trumpet, as we are instructed of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua to do. So without further ado, I'm going to read Amos chapter 8, and I'm going to start at verse 11. This is Amos chapter 8, verse 11. It says, "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord Yahweh." So there will be a famine one day. And that famine is going to be the famine of what? Hearing the words, hearing this truth. That we'll say the righteous or the spiritual news reporters won't be reporting on the news anymore. The Lord is going to take his men off the street. And in this supposed blackout, that will actually cause physical famines. That's going to cause a lot of death. People are going to die, because how people are. People, especially people here in Babylon, i.e. America, they've gotten so used to things being handed to them on a platter. They've gotten so used to having that microwave syndrome to something as simple as the power going out, they will quite literally lose their lives. But within that, there's going to be a famine of the word. I mean, you're not going to hear this truth anymore. You're not going to be, if they cut the power, you're not going to be able to see the videos of the men of the Lord. You're not going to be able to hear prophecy reported on, because the famine of the word, and the famine of the word is soon to come. It will happen. Thus saith Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Verse 12. And it says, "And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord Yahweh, and shall not find it." So once the famine of the word comes, when people can't get this truth anymore, when they can't hear the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, that's when they're going to wander from sea to sea, from place to place, from the north even to the east. They're going to run to and fro in the earth, in the world, seeking the word of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua to get some kind of clarity and some kind of understanding of why things are happening and what is going on. But they're not going to be able to find it, because when the Lord, as a matter of fact, let's just go to it. Proverbs chapter 1. I'm gonna start at verse 20. It says, wisdom crieth without. So like, let me read that again. This is Proverbs chapter 1, verse 20. Wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief places of concourse, in the openings of the gate, in the city. She uttereth her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, when ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. So this wisdom, the Lord's voice is out through his men in the streets. This is this wisdom, this truth, crying in the chief places of concourse, your places of much business, foot traffic, you know, marketplaces, um, anywhere where there's a lot of hustle and bustle going on. That's where the Lord is crying out. That's where his wisdom is crying out to our people in the city, asking, how long will our people love simplicity? You know, how long are scorners are going to delight in their scornings, and how long are fools are going to hate knowledge? This is what's going on. But one day these things will not be heard. Verse 23. It says, turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you, and I will make known my words unto you. So the Lord is saying this. He's saying, turn back. That's why the men are out there on the highways and the byways, because the Lord is saying, turn at my reproof, i.e. my blame, turn at my reproach, my correction. And the Lord says, and behold, he will pour out his spirit upon you. He will make his words known unto you so that you will know what's going on. But a lot of our people, they turn a deaf ear. Verse 24, because I have called and ye have refused. So like, let me read that again. It says, because I have called and ye refused. I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. So the Lord has called and called and called and stretched out his hand, yet no man regarded. Our people have not regarded. They have not even so much as even thought to even turn to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. They did not regard the words. They don't regard the men of the Lord. Verse 25. It says, but ye have said at not all my counsel, and with none of my reproof. So the men of the Lord that are out there, they consider that what we do and what we say and what we speak to be nothing. We are the counsel of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. But people here in Babylon, mainly our people, have said at nothing, thought us to be nothing. Think that the words that we speak are just empty words, and they are not empty words. They won't turn it the Lord's reproof, his blame. Verse 26, it says, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. So when it get real out here, and let's say they do this blackout, you know what I'm saying, the WEF does this blackout. Well, when the calamity come upon the people here and around the four corners of the earth, the Lord is what he said he's going to laugh. He's going to mock them when their fear cometh. Basically, when they get crazy, see, yeah, that's what you get. You should have been listening, but nah, you ain't want to listen. Now look at you. See, now you run around with like a chicken with your head cut off. That's what you get. That's what the Lord gonna do. He gonna mock these people. He's gonna laugh at them when their fear comes. Salakia. Verse 27. It says, when your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. So when this destruction, this judgment come upon them as a whirlwind, meaning it's going to come upon them very quickly, and when distress and anguish cometh upon them, then they're going to want to seek the Lord. Then they're going to want to pray and ask what his name is, so that they can call on him. But guess what? The Lord said he's not going to answer. They're going to seek him early, but guess what? He's not going to be found, because they have chosen not to listen. Now let's go back to Amos chapter 8 and read that again. And I'm going to close out. This is back at Amos chapter 8, verse 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. So one day these words will not be heard. Verse 12. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall return, so like they shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord Yahweh, and shall not be able to find it. That's when they're going to want to seek the Lord. That's when they're going to want to look for him. That's when they're going to want to call on him. But guess what? He is not going to answer. He's not going to be found of those who has resisted or have chosen not to listen to him. And when this famine of the word come, to be honest, the famine of the word is going to be way worse than any famine of water and bread. Because the word of the Lord, the word of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, is telling you what's going to happen. It's telling you how to be prepared and what to do in times of trouble. But our people, they want to, yeah, whatever. But when it get real out here and these words will not be heard no more, that's when they're going to want to go looking for the Lord, but they ain't going to be able to find them. They ain't going to be able to hit them into the Lord, because the man of the Heavenly Father is going to take his men off the streets, and those men, those brothers, are going to be more focused on what? Protecting either themselves and other Akim, or their families and other Akim. So the famine of the word coming. You can't stop it. It's best to get on board with Yahweh Bashim Yahushua now. Because if you keep turning a deaf ear, you're going to get left here. Shalom.